Hey everybody, this is Madmaxed, and today I'm going to talk about how to build a better defensive team. Okay, defensive teams, sometimes you just got to have them. I mean, there's times that I go into Doom Tower hard. I can use my nukers, my crowd control, and I still cannot get through those levels. There are just some of them, they have so many hit points. They're so tanky and they do so much damage, to like the tank, the nukers, you just can't survive through it. But sometimes, where a tanky team can go in and they can survive through Doom Tower hard. Now, let's go. Now, this is the tips and tricks to actually a defensive team. Now, I don't have Vista out great, but she's okay. She's a defensive. This one is a defensive person. And I don't remember if he's defense or not. So I'm going to only pull out defensive guys. He's only defensive. Now, I'm going to bring in Black Knight. Now, Black Knight's not a defensive player. He's an HP player. But now the reason I'm bringing in Black Knight is because Black Knight is skill is this continuous heal and increased defense. Once it's booked out, it's 100% time, uptime. I mean, he's going to throw it one time, he'll tie it one time, he'll throw it again the next time, but he'll always keep that 60% decrease buff up on everybody. Now, then I've got Seal that I'm going to bring in, and then I'm just going to go through a normal Doom Tower run. Now I'm going to show you the difference. It's not going to take long because these are the low end Doom Towers, and I'm just going to through the normal because you don't need keys for this, but it's just show you. This is a good place to test out your guys. So instead of my nukers here, I'm going to take in all of my defense guys. Okay, I'm going to put in everybody that has defense. And the only one I'm going to put in that doesn't have that is my HP guy that's going to keep my defense up all the time. Now, when I start out, I'm going to show you the difference between having somebody that throws a 60% increase defense up on defense guys. Everybody always thinks that it's always the increased attack. But it's not got anything to do with increased attack because these guys are not attack based. They're all defense. Now, see, the defense is up. And now look at the numbers you're going to get from this. Everybody cleared through this really easy. And I should have slowed it down. And I'm sorry about that, but let's go through and slow this down where you can actually see it. Now, 18,000, 12,000, and these are defense guys. And they take a lot of hits because of that defense. Because the defense up around 4K, you lose 80% of the damage that anything does to you. So once he throws this, and you watch the damage, there went 16K worth of damage. That was a weak hit with 6,000. They're the wrong color. They're not the colors for it. But 26,000. 9,000. Now let's go through and we're going to do the same floor again, but we're going to take out the guy that throws all of this. And I'll just put in anybody, it doesn't matter. This is so simple, anything can get through it, but any bunch of 60s. But now watch what happens to their damage. You see how much longer it took to get through that? They had to have 4 different guys to hit to get through, where it only took 2 the other time. Their damage is based on how much they have as far as defense. And so when you add 60% to the guys, yeah, they're going to sit down and they're going to give you 60% more damage. See, only 6K, 5K, where he was getting 8 before. He only got 2 and 3,000. You see the damage went way down on this. And so when you're pairing up and you're looking, if you look and you say, oh, wait a minute, I got 3 defensive guys on my team. Well, what you need is somebody to increase your defense up, not somebody to increase your attack rate up. Because attack doesn't do anything to defensive guys at all because their damage isn't based on it. So you can increase their attack by 50%, but it doesn't do you any good. But increase their defense by 60%, you're going to get a lot more damage from them. But anyway, that's just a tip and a trick on how you gear up defensive guys and make them even stronger than what they are. I mean, you just want major defense on them. And see, mine don't have, a lot of them don't have enough on them. I mean, and this guy needs to have like 6K worth of defense on him. But he's got a lot of crit damage. And crit damage scales better than any of the other damage does. Of course, his crit rate is too low. But I haven't really geared him up right. I just finished to get him to 60, and I threw some gear on him that I had. And I would probably go back through and make sure I get my crit rate up higher. But he's a slow champ anyway. He's at 91, his speed is awfully slow. But, you go through and you look, and there's 3,300. Well, the difference is, that puts you up well over the 4,000 mark with that 60%. So it's an 80% mitigation to your damage that they get right off the bat. Once you get up to 2,500 and you've got that 60%, you're automatically going to mitigate as much damage as you can get from any attack. Now, it's up for the poisons and like that. So, the only way you can get away from it is you get your resist up extremely high. But if you've got but the sheer raw damage and power that you get is all going to come from this. I mean, it all comes from just the fact that, you can just mitigate it from getting that defense up over 4,000. And, and after that, it plateaus off, and you may go up to 5,000, might get 1 more percent. It just does not scale after that. I mean, the 4,000 mark is a sweet part for it. And, if you've got over 25, see, that one's got 4,000 already. And she does, even like I've had her in clan balls, and she'll do over 100K worth of damage a hit because of that. And, but that's also when I have Black Knight in the crowd, increasing that defense up. But if you take him out, then you're going to lose 60% of that 60% bonus of the damage, which is going to put your damage around like 70K or so. So it's a big difference. It's worth doing, making sure that you've got the right guys that give you the right abilities on these guys, because do not use an attack person increase with a bunch of defense guys. Make sure you got a defensive bonus on there. But anyway, that's just a little simple trick, and I hope you enjoyed it. And, subscribe to the channel and make sure you give it a thumbs up and just post some comments, what you'd like to see. And thanks for watching.